All right, we out here. I'm trying to get a shirt. Hold on. One second, y'all. We about to get started. I'm just making sure that all of our people come on over. Just give me. I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here, y'all. We about to get started. Just give me a couple minutes. All right. Come on over. Come on over, you two. I'm about to end this. I'm about to end this out for y'all. All right, y'all. Here we go. So we starting actually at the top of court. We start at the top. All right. All right. Oh, let me preface this by saying that the defense also put in a motion because they wanted them to prevent Cassie from actually walking into the courtroom. They wanted Cassie to be seated in the jury box and then let the jury come in because they felt that it would be prejudicial or could sway the jury or get sympathy from her if they saw her as pregnant as she is. The judge denied that. Okay, the judge denied that. All right. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start here on the two incidents with Miss Ventura. When we discussed this last week, defense, the assault in Connecticut, messages between Miss Ventura and Mr. Combs is relevant. Judge, let us. Okay, they talking in my ear. Let's see if there's any issues. It should be excluded. Mm. Um, this is one of Diddy's attorneys. He suspected she was cheating on him. She did not answer her phone. She got into a bar fight and tried to kill someone else. So it's relevant to his suspicions and her substance abuse outside of their sexual relationship. Child. Now, see, this is stuff I ain't seen yet, y'all. So she was taking drugs while close with her family in another state. I overruled the government's objection. This can be asked about. Now, prior consistent statements. We're talking about sequencing issues. Are they on direct or in rebuttal? They are in opening. They said Miss Ventura made her own choices. They asked who really had control in this relationship. See, I just this. Oh, okay, y'all. I'm trying to keep my thoughts to myself. Clear and begging, the answer, and I'm sorry, clear and begging the answer is that it was Miss Ventura's Exhibit B315, the threat to release the sex tape. They said only she had it. What? Child? We submit that these are hearsay until redirect. Judge, if they come in, they're in. You don't object. Shapiro, we do. What we said in the opening was that Mr. Combs, Judge, you seem to say she was lying about the threats to release the video. The predicate for prior consistent statements has been met. I find that it has what? Sonya and Rebecca did what? Sorry, y'all, I'm still on the work call too because they working late today, so I'm gonna apologize for them too because they didn't mention my name. I don't know what they talking about. I find that it has for this exhibit. The defense opening said there will millions of reasons for people to testify here. That's the attack that was used as to B 316 too. But the standard has not been yet reached to the B 332 and B 339. So they just basically trying to see if it's gonna if the stuff is gonna be admissible or not. All right. So it's a lot kind of happening out here. Or they gonna be able to say or use the information from her phone, her threats, her drug use or not. Right. Um all right, so we jump into Philip. Uh, all rise, Philip, the witness, is in the box. Bring him to the jury. So he's on cross examination. Okay, so Philip is the male dancer. He was the one who said yesterday that Diddy had told him to pee on Cassie, which we'll get into again later. But while you and Miss Cassie Ventura were having sex for hours, Miss Ventura took the lead. Nope, you took the lead. We were equally doing our thing. There wasn't a leader. You decided together. Yes. Fair to say she was in complete control of everything she was doing. I can't say that. Did you not wear a condom? I did not. Your boss told you Miss Cassie Ventura paid for the hotel? Yes. She paid with her credit card? I have nothing to do with that. She used her card to pay for the dancer. Okay. That assault for her apartment on 11th Avenue? I believe it was West End Avenue. You claim Mr. Combs told her to come over. She said she had her personal information on the computer. So wait a minute. And he threw a bottle at her? Correct. Ooh. He comes out and says, "Are you ready?" Philip, are you guys ready? Isn't it true Mr. Combs told you, young man, I'm going to have to deal with this. You need to get the fuck out. That is not correct. In 2023, didn't you tell prosecutors, he said, yo, man, objection, not in evidence. Sustain. You can only use it to try to refresh his recollection. Read it yourself. Does it refresh? I don't remember saying that. What I'm reading here. Get the fuck out. Objection. Disregard that. Did you date a model named Malia? Male dancer Philip. What the hell are they talking about? Sorry, yeah, okay. Male dancer. Malia, and I didn't say I dated her. We were friends. We were with her and saw Cassie with someone, not Mr. Combs. Yes, you told Malia you saw Cassie socially. Yes, you thought Cassie wanted to see you one on one, nothing to do with Sean Combs, right? I don't see what you mean. In front of the Dream Hotel, that's what you thought. Nope. So they trying to say that, basically they had a consensual relationship outside of the relationship, and then she thought that he was cheating. But I'm trying to figure out how the hell are they cheating, and he out here already with Kim. But anyway, maybe the timeline I ain't got the timeline piece yet, but we gonna see. Um, You saw her inebriated one time. I saw her passed out on the couch. Mr. Combs told me, I don't think it's going to happen today. The time with another male, you rotated. Not correct. You watched? Yes. You said Mr. Combs was directing, but do you recall meeting the prosecutor on March 28, 2025 and telling them you didn't recall Mr. Combs giving directions about positions? Yes. So he didn't direct? Incorrect. You thought you were in a relationship with Cassie, didn't you? No. You wanted to get along with her, to date her. If she'd let me, I would have. You'd get jealous of Mr. Combs. No. Did you not tell them that Mr. Combs would tell you it's my turn? Objection. Can we have a sidebar? Yeah, here we go with this sidebar. If I sounded like Bear. Okay, it's getting juicy. Didn't you tell the government that you would feel jealous because you like Miss Ventura romantically? I do not recall that. Put up 35 to 70. Let's 35 to 70 just for the parties. What's 35 to 70? What? I don't recall that. Nothing further. Redirect. Uh, please explain why you now say Mr. Combs directed you. He asked about positions, but Mr. Combs did tell us what to do. Use baby oil. The timing of the handling of cash. How did the amount compare to your stripping services? 3,800 more. And you out here lowballing the folks. You got them doing despicable things. And you out here giving out $4,000. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I need a refund. I need a refund because no, he ain't paying enough. He ain't paying enough. Okay. How much were you paid to perform when you could? 700 to 5 or 6,000 of dollars. Oh, okay, well, ain't bad. And when you couldn't perform, they paid me nothing then. Did Miss Ventura call you after the Dream Hotel? Yes. Do you know who she was with? No. Did she answer your text message? Never. Almost. You said you wanted to hug her. Why? I could see she was afraid. What did you do? I could not engage. I was messed up. What did Mr. Combs say to you? He said it's time for you to go. In the Gramercy Hotel, who was in the room? Sean, myself, Cassie. When she appeared to enjoy herself, was Sean always in the room? Yes. Was was that the same man who called her bitch and beat her? I didn't see the beating, I presume. Objection, sustain. You heard slapping. Yes, nothing further. Recross. Briefing. This document. Do you see where you said I'm on the upper west side? She said 10 West. Come on, y'all. Stop calling me. 10 West End Avenue. Hit me when you're there. Yes. Did you see your text? Don't give a fuck if I'm a little tipsy. I love y'all in words. Yes. Mm. So let's go out of here and then we're going to scroll on up to the next piece. Yes. You thought Cassie wanted to see you one on one. I thought, okay, I think we just went through this. Hold on. And he watched. Um. Okay, so maybe that's not the piece. Maybe it's this one. It's kind of hard to follow on Twitter too, y'all. It's a little. This is part of like Cassie's testimony, but I'm trying to figure out when they first trying to get to where they first started. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Was that after the beating? Nothing further. Why did you write that? I wanted them to see I had no problem with what he had done. Okay, so we ain't got we didn't skip something. Hold on, y'all. Okay, was she there? Yes. Was it the same man who called her a bitch and beat her? I didn't see the beating. I presume objection sustained. Are you heard slapping? Yes, nothing further. Recross briefly. This document, do you see where you said I'm on the Upper West Side? She said 10 West End Ave. Hit me when you're there. Yes. Do you see your text? I don't give a fuck. I'm a little tipsy. I love y'all in words. Yes. And that was after the beating. Yes. Nothing further. Why did you write that? I wanted them to see I had no problem with what he had done. It kept it going. It keep it going. No further questions. Sidebar. Next witness, and this is when they call in Cassie, I'm assuming. Jurors take a break. We have some issues to deal with. The jurors leave. We'd like Ms. Ventura's husband to not be allowed in the courtroom during her testimony. We may need to call him as a witness later, depending on direct. I'm not sure how Mr. Fawn's testimony will be relevant. Ooh, give me 15 seconds. If he wants to come into the courtroom today, but we ask that he be excluded when the testimony gets into post from 2018. In my initial examination, I will ask about posts in 2018, but only about devices. They say that's okay. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, they come back. Y'all, Cassie comes in. She takes the same stand, extremely pregnant. How old are you? 38. What is your work? Musician and entertainer. How long were you with Sean? 10 years. Did you get in arguments? Yes. It would result in violence, dragging. What else did he do? Stomp me in the head if I was down. How frequently was he violent? Too frequently. I would get black eyes and bruises. Let me show you. LA Hotel Elevator Lobby Show. Where is this? The Intercontinental in Los Angeles. It was after Freak Off. What does that entail? The hiring of an escort, setting it up. How did you feel when he first asked for it? Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed one? Yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. So it seemed like she was down to do a little threesome, but she wasn't trying to keep it going into what it turned into. I didn't know. I didn't know what no could turn into. What do you mean? Making him angry. What were you afraid of? Afraid what happened if you said no? Though, um, wait a minute, y'all. They asking me. Now they want me to speak to them. I'm so sick of this job, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. So she basically said she didn't know what it could turn into. What do you mean? Making him angry. What were you afraid would happen if you said no? Thought those times he had blackmail. Wait a minute. What were you afraid would happen if you said no? Though time he had blackmail materials. I don't know if it's a typo. Um, mm. What did you give the government? Laptops. I've handed up GXB. Do you recognize it? Yes, I reviewed this drive. It has communication and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs. Did you review photos on it? Yes. What's this photo? Me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan. Wow. When did you sign with Bad Boys? 2006. It was a 10 album deal. Did you release any after late 2006? No. Who's in the photo? Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me and the mother of his children. So this is when she starts talking about it. So hold on. Where did you celebrate your birthday in this photo? So in 2006 she turned 21. So she was 19. So he got pictures of her when she was 19. This was before they even started talking. He already got pictures of her. Child that she done found. Ooh, messy. Okay. Who's in this photo? Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me and the mother of his kids. Where did you celebrate your birthday in this photo? In Las Vegas. Carrie Morgan was there too. We were out on his patio on my 21st birthday in the VMAs. What happened then? Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to the hotel. I told Carrie. When you got back to New York, I'd visit him in the Trump Hotel in Columbus Circle. His apartment was being renovated. Where were you going with your music? We're trying to come up with a concept. Sean called all the shots. What age difference? What is the age difference between you and Sean? 17 years. How did you feel when Sean invited you to hotels? Nervous, excitement. We're going to talk about music. He introduced me to oral sex. I didn't understand it. Girl, what? It kind of got me feeling like, did he take her virginity? What the hell was going on? Did you visit Sean in Miami? Yes. I went with Carrie Morgan and Dallas Austin. Excuse me. I'll say Dallas Houston, y'all. I'm just as bad as Dallas Austin. Which is who y'all pointed out to be Chili's baby daddy. What did you and Sean do together? Sexual intercourse. He gave me a blue dolphin ecstasy on the boat. Now, y'all, if you don't know nothing about 2006, 2007, people was going crazy off them blue dolphins. They was losing their mind off them pills. Like it was very, very, very. It was a very popular thing that people did, and the blue dolphin was definitely one of the top ones that people did. Now, I ain't never did no ecstasy, y'all. I ain't never did anything. They'll play them type of games, but I do know about a blue dolphin. Had you once before had ecstasy unintentionally? Yes. How did you take ecstasy unintentionally? It was in Gatorade. When you took it unintentionally with Sean, how did it feel? Like rolling. At the time, when did you think? At the time, what did you think? That we were spending a lot of time together. I thought we were monogamous. Was it made public? No, I was his artist, also his family and his children. Who was linked to him publicly? Kim Porter. How did Sean treat you at this time? We had fun. What was his lifestyle like? He had all these assistants. He could get things done. He traveled quite a bit. What's this photo? Sean and I at a strip club in New York in 2007 or 2008. Halloween. How did Sean's mood vary day to day? When it swung, you could describe it. Anger, zoning out. How did it impact you? Greatly. The next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face. There was also psychological abuse. He told me to watch my mouth, change my face. Mm. How would he keep tabs on you? We didn't live far apart. He sent security to come find me or a trusted assistant, like who? David James, Christina Coram. Was your relationship exclusive? No. Did you see other men? Yes. Did Sean see other women? Yes. He said, I'm Puff Daddy. I was insanely jealous. That right there is crazy. Did you move to LA with him? Yes. He wanted to be close with his kids who were there. Where did you live in LA? She gave an address. How tall was the building? No more than 17 floors. Where did Sean live? This is where he lived. Sean would use a golf court to get back and forth. Baby, they stay in the same damn subdivision. This nigga is jumping on the motherfucking court, riding back and forth to see this woman. Child. Okay. Who paid your rent in LA? Sean. Except I had the house Sean. Except when I had the house in Studio City. Why do you pay then? I could afford it then, and I wanted to have some control. It was accepted by who? Sean. So basically, she's like painting the picture that she really can't do nothing without him. They have an open relationship. She's seeing other people, he's seeing other people, but essentially, she still feel a way about what's going on. Okay, yeah, finally I'm off that call, so I can even cut the damn camera on because hey y'all friends, how y'all doing? Okay. So basically she could afford it. It was accepted by him. How many songs did you write with Sean? Hundreds. Where most were never released. Some got leaked on the internet. Some on mixtapes. How many albums on your deal were not released? 9. Did you get paid for them? No. This is where it got interesting. This is where it got. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But this is where it got interesting for me earlier when we was reading this part because she is. You got to look at it and say she is locked into a contract with him. The contract says she has to do 10 albums, and she's only done 9. In the midst of this, they've developed this relationship, and now she's having to perform these different sex acts to the point where he doesn't even want her to go do other engagements. He's abusing her when she's attempting to go do other engagements. And so you can kind of see the web of control being I don't want to just say describe, but you could just kind of see like all the different pieces that come into play when we kind of trying to think about what her mindset was. If you never had like a one of those experiences, like the level of manipulation that I'm sure that man puts her through was crazy, was absolutely crazy. All right, I'm gonna take my picture down because y'all need to see me. We gonna keep it moving to the screen. She said the freak offs became a job. There was no time to do anything else but to do them. Then try to recover because you got to remember that she pumping herself with all these drugs to stay up. She up for days. Some freak offs lasting 4 days long. So she is just only all these drugs doing all these crazy things. And the crazy part is the man's reach is so long. He got so much control over this situation that he don't even have to be in the room to make sure that she's engaged in the activities that he want her to engage in. The woman said sometimes he be on FaceTime. Do y'all hear me? She said sometimes he just be on FaceTime watching while he's wherever else and she's expected to perform. Baby. Crazy. We'll break here. That's when they took a break. They came back. Who was your manager at Bad Boy Records? James Cruz. What did he tell you? That he was managing me with one hand tied behind his back. He had to check everything with Sean. You in words. No, y'all know that what he doing is wrong. And y'all and this is why somebody wrote on a comment like, how is he in a RICO by himself? Because he is in a RICO by himself because he used his power, his influence, his enterprise to run a criminal operations. Everybody that has come in contact with this man is in fear of him. Everybody knows what happens if you mess with Diddy. So when we talk about why he the only one on there, he the only one on there because everybody else are unindicted co-conspirators, real ones. They real unindicted co-conspirators. Probably told and gave every piece of information to anybody who came and asked them once they knew that man was behind bars. Once they knew he was going down, they was probably singing like canaries. Okay? Because what? Okay, so how did you make money? If your records weren't being released, I did I did hosting parties when Sean approved them. What comments did Sean make about your physical appearance? Did I look too Mexican with my hair like that? How did he like your nails? White, French tip. Now, this right here sent me because I thought, I don't mean to yell. I'm just excited. I'm just a little excited. Now, this kind of sent me a little bit because a lot of people pointed out Carisha and how when Carisha was with Diddy, like she kind of, a lot about her had changed. She could only do white nails, white toes, French tips, and all of her, like her aesthetic had kind of changed a little bit when she kind of got with him. So I don't know if Carisha is going to come up in this trial or not, but this right here was a very interesting piece that came out in testimony from me today. But I do also understand that it's also painting the picture that she had to live in the image that he wanted her in, which makes sense. Control, manipulation. And I will take me off the screen, y'all, and get back to what we said, what we doing. Okay. He told me to work out. Okay. White French tip. Her hair is very. I shaved my head in 2009. Your body. He told me to work out, prepare for the freak offs. How did you feel about this comment? It varied. What else did Sean pay for? He paid for cars. Did he give you cash? Yes, but he would take things away depending on how he felt like training her. Okay, training her. What else would he take away? My self-confidence. Who would take things away? Staff. I assume staff. Objection. Jury would disregard the last answer. Okay, because you can't assume nothing. Who would take your laptop and phone? Security. How long would they be gone for? However long I was being punished for. How often were you in contact with Sean's staff? Daily. Who are in these photos? Christina Coram and Miss Fletcher. What did you call Mrs. Coram? KK. And who's this? D-Rock. He was Sean's security. How frequently were you in Sean's residences? All the time. Did they all have safes? Yes. What did you observe in them? Cash, jewelry, cameras, and videotapes, guns in New York, LA, and Miami, and Alpine, Georgia. Did you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight? Yes, we were having a freak off in LA. D-Rock came in and said Suge was down at a diner. Sean drove down there. What was your reaction? I cried. Said don't do something stupid. Were you ever handed a gun? Yes, we were doing a club in downtown LA. We taking mushrooms. I was high. I was told to put the gun in my bag. I was freaking out. Who was present? A driver, security, and Sean. And this is what I was telling y'all earlier on TikTok. She should have been freaking out. And she should have been freaking out because we saw what happened with J-Lo and we saw what they did to Sean. Okay. Keeping it going. Another time I saw them get dressed and grab guns and leave in the SUV. How long were they gone? 30 to 40 minutes. Let me switch topics. How soon in the relationship did Sean mention, ooh, child, I can't even say the word, y'all, voyeurism to you. First 6 months or a year. How old were you? 22. Why did you agree to try a freak off? Good question. I wanted to make him happy. If you are a 22-year-old aspiring musician and you are ready to expand your career, you are in a relationship with a mogul, a hip-hop mogul. She said she wanted to make him happy. Where was the first freak off? One of his homes in Los Angeles. Who is this? The first escort. Do you know his name? No, I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid? Yes, to dance and to have intercourse with me. What drugs did you take? Ecstasy and alcohol before things started. Did you disguise your appearance? Sean said we would disguise ourselves. I wore a masquerade mask. What was a session in a freak off until the escort finished? How many sessions with the first escort? At least 2. How did you feel? I was high. I didn't feel much. Dirty and confused. And that he was happy with me. Why did you feel you couldn't say no? I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he shared his part of him, after he shared this part of himself with me. So this motherfucker then framed it up, y'all. He didn't put a pretty red bow on the fact that he has these sexual fantasies or kinks that he want her to live out, and made it seem like it was so sacred that she felt like he shared a part of himself with her that she couldn't refuse. Oh my God. How frequent did the freak offs become? Weekly for a consistent amount of years. When was your last one? 2017, 2018. How long were you awake during the freak offs? I never slept. I took drugs, ecstasy and Molly, cocaine. Do you recall all of the freak offs? That would be impossible. Now, this is just telling me that they had one too many thousand freak offs, because it sounds like thousands of freak offs, or she was high. She was terribly high, ridiculously high, and can't remember. Do you recall all the yes. Did you want to stop? Yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have those words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. And then she started to cry. Did you tell him you didn't want to? Yes. I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. Oh, guys. Oh, God. My little heart just broke reading it. Were you able to express your concerns to him? Objection, leading, rephrase. Why would you talk to him gently? I didn't want him to be angry. What is this? The email between me and Sean. What did you call him? Pop Pop. Why? He asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful. Girl, this nigga got you calling. Lord have mercy. He got you calling him what you call your granddaddy? Come on, man. Come on, now. Lord. He got this woman called. Oh my God. What did you write? I really need to fuck. Why did you write that? Because I wanted to be with him. I'll read your messages. You read you. Sean, you don't want to do it anymore? I'm so predictable. What do you think this meant? That he knew I didn't want to do the freak offs anymore, but then I backpedaled. Why? To not make him angry. He could be violent. Where do you get your outfit? Pleasure chest, elsewhere. Did you get piercings? Yes, Sean came with me. Which of his homes did you have freak offs in? New York, Miami, New York. What other homes? My homes, all but Studio City. And what other cities? She said Atlanta, Ibiza. And what hotels in New York did you have freak offs? Trump, Gramercy, Intercontinental, 44th Street, yes, elsewhere. The Mandarin Oriental, Fontainebleau, favorite everywhere. Everywhere. What names were used? Jackie Star. I used Frank Black. What supplies for freak offs? Astroglide, baby oil, and condoms. Who bought the supplies? Security, Sean's assistants. Which brand of baby oil? Johnson's. How was it used? Sean said you need to be glistening. That man did not have all that goddamn baby oil up in that house for him to be rubbing on people so that they can shine. I'm just gonna say that. Now I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Were the freak offs where you ran out of baby oil? Objection, Your Honor. This is irrelevant. You also mentioned Astroglide. Same objection, irrelevant. Sidebar. We were just talking about Astroglide. How was it used? A lubricant. If you ran out, what? We'd call either staff or the bill desk. Give them a tip. Were the freak offs lit? Initially, it was candle, strong smelling Glade. It's funky in the motherfucking room, y'all. It's funky in the room. They using Glade candles up in there. Not to say, no disrespect to Glade, though. Them little candles do be lit. But child, the room stinking. Any other use of candle wax? A few times it was poured on my body. Who set the temperature of the room? Sean. I was expected to do freak offs on her cycle, on her period. Did you want to do that? No. Did you want to be urinated on? Objection. Grounds. Ask the answer. Overrule. No, I did not want it. How did it feel? It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. Why were you choking? Too much urine in my mouth. Who else urinated on you? Sean. Did you want Sean to urinate on you? I didn't want anybody to urinate on me. Anyone to urinate on me. How often did it happen? Often enough. Which hotels charge the most for damage to rooms? The Intercontinental in New York. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money. Back to the urination. Miss Johnson, only a few more questions. Why didn't you say no? Now, we done read the other ones, y'all, so I ain't gonna go back through them. That's how your reaction. No, we didn't read the other ones, y'all, so I ain't gonna go back through them. Unless Karen, you ain't seen it, I might have to go back through it for you. But I think we read the other ones, y'all, on TikTok. We read the other ones on TikTok. Yes, guys, definitely R. Kelly. It was the fact that I'm gonna tell you the part that really got me. It was the fact that when they was done and the man finished and it was on her, the fact that he wanted her to go into another room and take the off of him and put it on. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, shower me please immediately. God, yeah. Is she even sane now after that, Karen? I don't know. In my mind, I don't think I'm sane reading it. I don't think I'm sane reading it. I don't think I'm sane reading it. Tyler was here. What's up, Tyler? Miss Gigi was over here. Delisha, Anjali, Skin was in the building. Factual Lie. Gracie G was over here. Clara. It was two Clarissas in the chat, y'all. Gracie G was in the building. Kim. CB was even here, y'all. Y'all know Beta stay in the chat. That's my girl. Kim's in the chat. Mo Speak Facts. What's up? Y'all nasty. I was on KB. Okay. KB. It's a lot. It's a lot. And here's the thing, y'all. This case jumped head first into Cassie. It jumped straight into Cassie. We ain't even got to nothing else. We ain't talked about nothing else. It went straight to Cassie. I can't imagine what else is getting ready to come out. I don't know what else is getting ready to come out. So Taylor Gang, we decided that. So if you don't be over here with us, we usually try to watch every day. We watching Karen Reed right now. But since we are now invested in the Diddy trial, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all all need to be thanking CB because CB is the one who told me to go ahead and get into the Diddy trial because I wasn't. So everybody need to send a big shout out to CB because CB the reason why we're doing this. The way that we are going to do this. So if y'all can see, I'm reading from Twitter. So somebody's getting some type of transcription, and they are posting them live on Twitter. Now it take a little minute for the tweets to load up. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch Karen, and then around lunchtime, I don't know when Karen gonna go to lunch, but whenever Diddy go to lunch, we're gonna switch over and we're gonna go through all of the morning. We're gonna go through all of the morning testimony. Oh man. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go through all of the morning testimony. And then we'll go back to Karen after that because it shouldn't take us a long time to get through it. And then after that, we will go back to Karen, and then at night I'll come back, y'all, and we're gonna go through the rest of the day. That way we have a good group of messages to read because I was trying to do it live on TikTok. It wasn't really working out that well. The messages don't come that fast. So yeah. This is what we doing. Look at Beta. Thanks, CB. Yeah, you gotta thank CB, girl, because I wasn't gonna do it. Sonya, straight nasty. Straight nasty. Straight nasty. I gotta see what else. Let's see. Is Marley here and stuff? Yeah, I'm so far behind. Nah, Marley ain't even here yet. CB, the fact that they was on Craigslist, baby, they was on Craigslist and Backpage. Craigslist and Backpage, baby. They was on both of them. Craigslist and Backpage. Do you think Cassie was into the freak off? That's a good question. I think she was initially. And I think she admitted that on the stand. She did it because, she wanted to make him happy. She was really jealous of him messing with other women. She didn't want him to do it with other people. So, do I think that she was into it? Yeah, I think she was. I mean, you kind of have to, if you are living a life where you're trying to please somebody else, you're gonna find some type of enjoyment in something. Do I think that she enjoyed it every bit of it? No. I mean, let somebody pin your mouth until you start choking, baby. No, no. I don't see how nobody could enjoy that. Yeah, I don't see how nobody could enjoy that. So, yep. And I think too, Beta and Beta said that's how it is very dangerous until she wasn't. And that's the thing too. I feel like once she wasn't into it anymore, she was already balls deep wrapped into his narcissism, his manipulation. Like she was in too deep at that point. Yep, she had chances to leave, but she didn't want him to be with other women. Yep. I wonder if all his girlfriends experienced this side of him, especially that last BM and Miami. I think Carisha is a people pleaser. Baby, Carisha like it all. So I believe that he abused her? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because that's who he is. That's who he is. Yeah, they didn't put testing happy hour on my girl. Yeah, get off my phone with that. That's who he is. The other baby mama, I think that Carisha had them tweets. Let me take this down for a second. Skin. Them tweets between that last baby mama and Carisha, baby, was nasty. Was nasty when she told her shut up before I make you XYZ my yeah, nasty. 10 years, speak more facts. 10 years. 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. So I think Carisha's absolutely in on it. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets brought up in this trial. Like I'm gonna be looking. And the thing is, too, yeah, I'm a Carisha fan. I love her little ghetto ass, but child, when it came to this, baby, I had to turn my back on her. I had to turn my back on her. Yeah. Guilty. Diddy is guilty of the abuse and freak offs, but he is not on trial for this. He's on trial for he got a RICO, he's got trafficking, sex trafficking, and he's also got I think he has like prostitution, something like prostitution. Yeah, beta, them tweets is nasty, girl. You could probably find it on TikTok too. Mm-hmm. And she told her, that's why he sent you to the chop shop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, Che. Sure did. And I want to say that was the other girl that she told him like, oh, that's why he sent you to the chop shop. I want to say she had a complaint open out on him too. Sure did. Who is this guy? Twitter you read? I have no idea who he is. His name is called Inner City Press, and I encourage you to follow. Inner City Press. Sorry, y'all. Throat itching. But if you believe Carisha in on it and not a victim, then you have to believe Cassie is in on it and not a victim. Do you? But I think the way that Carisha kind of went about it. First of all, let me say this. Let me say this first, Keisha. Anybody who gets abused by a man is a victim. First and foremost, I do not support domestic violence. If a man putting his hands on a woman, the woman, 9 times out of 10, the woman is a victim. I highly doubt any of them was just attacking him. Highly doubt it. I think that if you pay attention, Keisha, too, to some of Young Miami lyrics, it gave very much Madam. It gave very much, and she'll tell you too, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a people pleaser. So it gave very much like she could have been an active, happy participant, ready and willing to do whatever for him. I think when it comes to Cassie, I think it got to a point where she wanted her out and she got her exit. Carisha got her exit through this case. Because if this case wasn't a thing, I think Carisha would still be dealing with Diddy. And I don't think she would be able to walk away like she was just able to walk away. This case might have saved her life for real, in my opinion. It gave her out. I don't think Cassie. I think got to a certain point where she maybe didn't have an out, and I think that's where it changes for me. Nikki says consensual sex between adults. It seemed like it was a lot of that going on for a long time, Nikki. I ain't lying. I do. Cassie was mean as AF to Kim Porter. Girl, I ain't know nothing about that. You got to give us some details on that, Keisha, girl. Because what? Girl, she was mean to Kim? What? Better says facts. Y'all know we just shooting shit. Well, they're looking for a testing happy hour today because I'm not doing a testing happy hour at fucking all. Like, where the fuck is it? The fact that we off work next week is crazy. Next Friday is crazy. I love that though. Look for that weekend should turn into a 5. Keisha, girl, I'm waiting on you to telling me about Cassie being mean to Kim. Because I don't know nothing about that. Shay, girl, where you been? Did you have a good day today, Shay? If Marley here, I'm gonna have to go because y'all they act like they can't. Okay, yeah, Marley here. So why is they allowed to testify to the sex if the charge is a RICO? The RICO is the RICO is the fact that he engaged in criminal activity by using his funds, his influence, and his enterprise to do it. Like that. That's really the RICO. She said Diddy got on her nerves today. Nikki say, so far we haven't heard of anyone using a pew pew to demand sex. We have not. We have heard consensual. I ain't really want to. I didn't like it. He should have known I didn't like it. It's what it reads. Now I do feel for her, but it reads. And that's the thing about reading it too, y'all. It's like we can't really sit in there and hear the emotion from her because that, the jury gets to weigh that. Oh, she would tell Kim how she younger and better than her and kiss Diddy in front of her face. It was a lot, but these 2 things I remember. Girl, everything that glitter ain't gold. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Okay, y'all, so I gotta go. My baby just got here, so I am absolutely going to see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna do Diddy. We're gonna do Karen Reed. I'm gonna get us a new thumbnail. Welcome, family. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Okay. All right.